The Goal is a very important novel which can teach us a lot about operations management. It is a novel, so it is a combination of fact and fiction. A fact in terms of giving us information on operations management, useful concepts. It was written by Dr. Eliyahu Goldratt, an Israeli nuclear physicist who was a management consultant also, and he passed away, and in which he popularized the theory of constraints, or TOC. He wrote another book also on that. So what is the goal? The goal is about asking what the goal is of a business. It's a story about a factory manager who is struggling, and the question is, what is the goal? So he says the goal is to make money. So then the next question is, how do you ensure that you make money and are making money and are making more and more money? So the answer is given that to ensure that you are making money, you have to simultaneously make sure that three things happen. Your net profits in absolute terms keep going up. X thousand rupees, X million rupees, X 100,000 rupees, and all that. Not percentages, absolute terms. At the same time, you also have to look at the efficiency part of it. So your ROI, your return on investment, must also go up. Return on investment is composed of two things: profitability and turnover ratio. Profit upon sales is your profitability ratio. It is multiplied by sales upon investment. So that becomes profit upon investment, which is like return on investment. So it is incorporating two ratios: profitability. So your profitability, it is ensuring that the profitability is high, and you are turning over your investment into sales. So that is also showing your efficiency. So ROI should keep going up, shows that you are efficiently making money. Absolute terms, net profits also going up, so you are actually making more money, and cash flows are increasing. You are making money, but it is only book profits. Money is yet to be collected. So if you have to collect your money, that is money in hand, with you, available with you. So if all three things are happening, then only you can be said to be making more money. That is the goal, right? To make more money. So your net profits in absolute terms should go up, keep going up. Your ROI, return on investment, which is sales upon profit, profit upon sales multiplied by sales upon investment. So it is profit upon investment, that is ROI, should also keep going up to show that it is happening efficiently. And that is just the book part, the theory part. Actually, you should have better cash flows. You should be able to collect that money. It should be available with you, not lying with your customers in your customers' bank accounts. You have to receive that money. So only then you can be said to be making more money. Now these are financial goals. How do you translate them into operational goals? To make these three things happen, you have to do three things at the factory level simultaneously. Increase your throughput continuously. I mean, the throughput should go up. Throughput is output upon unit per unit of time. So products, number of units made in a month or in a year or in an hour or in a day, that is throughput. Output divided by unit of time or per unit of time. So that should keep going up. Simultaneously, your operating expenses should be going down. Reduction in expenses. And your inventories should be going down. So to achieve the financial goals of making more money, which was given in three things, ROI, net profits, and cash flow, you also have to make sure that three things happen at the factory level to ensure that those three things happen in the financial domain. Your operating expenses have to go down, inventories have to go down, and throughput or output per unit of time has to go up. Only then one can be said to be making more money. So that is an important learning. How do you translate the financial concept so that even the factory level person can understand? And the other counterintuiting thing that it teaches us is that generally an owner or a manager wants everybody to be working all the time. When you go to a factory or a workplace and you see somebody idle or not working or not fully utilized, you are unhappy. You want everybody to be working all the time. But Goldratt told us that that's not a good thing. I mean, if you go to a factory and all the machines, all the departments, everybody, all the workmen are all engaged all the time, busy all the time, then something is wrong. Why? Because the line is never actually balanced, never ever. the capacity is never actually balanced. Generally, in a factory, the output of one department becomes the input of another department. That is the line, the production line. That is the capacity. So different departments have different capacities, and these are not completely balanced. So if one department is working at full capacity, maybe the output of that department goes to the next department, and the next department will not be able to match the capacity. It is a slower process. So then inventory, in process inventory, is blocked, keeps piling up between those two departments. So because since the line is never ever actually balanced, generally there is always some issue. The capacities of different departments are not completely harmonized or balanced. So some departments are slower, the process is slower, the capacity is lower. So if everybody is working at full capacity, then the departments with slower time, slower process time and higher capacity would produce more, but the other departments would not be able to process it. So the system would be filling up with work in process inventory, and work in process inventory means inventory, which means your money is getting blocked. The pipeline is getting clogged at different points. So that is not a good thing. And the output of a system is always defined by the slowest unit in the system, slowest link in the system, the weakest link. He called it the constraint or the bottleneck. One department is the bottleneck, which is the slowest department, which takes time to process things, which has the lowest capacity. So other departments is working fine, but when it comes to this department, things get slowed down because this department or this machine or this unit cannot process it fast enough. And the output of this department will actually define the output of the entire system. So it is important to look at the bottleneck and see to it that the process is planned to see to it that you don't overload the bottleneck. You only produce as much as the bottleneck can process. Other thing is either to improve the capacity of the bottleneck or increase the capacity of the bottleneck. And maybe you remove a bottleneck in one area, tomorrow a bottleneck will crop up in another area. So you have to keep on looking at the bottlenecks and see to it that you don't process more than the bottleneck can process, because the output of the bottleneck department, the link in the chain, will define the output of the system. Not the fastest department, the slowest department will define the output of the entire system as product flows from one department to another during process, from raw material to finished goods. So these are the important learnings, theory of constraints that Dr. Goldratt taught us. And the factory manager goes to a consultant, learns these ideas, implements these, and his factory starts doing better. His marriage, his personal problems were also there because of the work problems affecting personal problems. So that also starts improving. In fact, the bottlenecks are called Herbies because the manager has a son and the son goes on a picnic and they are moving in a single file. And Herbie is the name of a fat kid. And the kid slows the whole single file march down because he can't go fast and the line has to stay intact. So he says bottlenecks are Herbies. Look at the Herbies, focus on the Herbies. It became very popular. His theories became very popular. And these are some unique insights that one can apply to operations and production management, especially when it comes to line balancing, looking at bottlenecks, focusing on bottlenecks, on constraints, rather than working that everybody is busy all the time. And also how to take financial goals and translate them into operational goals. So with this session, we are concluding the operations management topic for the time being. We'll move on with and go on to other topics. Thank you.